What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, y aquí estoy sentado con...
Gershwan.
That means I'm here sitting with...
Gershwan.
Welcome to another episode where we answer your questions for the greater...
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question for every question because we'll get to those questions first. This is what T3 Man and 3A Labur did. If you could create a new unit for a faction, or each faction, what would you make? Let's start out with our head faction. So Tau and Orcs.
Right now, I think the Tau are pretty okay. Just take away the commander restriction rule. But besides that, I want them to make another auxiliary race. It could be aquatic. But again, I think they just need another race to kind of show how much of a grander empire they are. Like, they're supposed to be the empire or the Xenos race that has the most other races included with it. And you don't really see that. You just kind of see the Vespid, which nobody plays, and the crew, which are basically meat shields currently. I want them to bring another race into it that's more of a... something that'll be more used to kind of show that, hey, we're not just Tau, we're also plus auxiliaries. And
it fits with the lore. Like, there's been two or three extra spheres of expansion. You're not going to add anybody into your greater good. You should.
Because that is the whole purpose of the Tau, to add things to the greater good.
Yeah, to make it better.
Yep.
For Orcs, I think I would want a unit of, like, squishier mobs, I guess you could say. What I'm thinking is Khorne or Nurgle, like demonic orcs that are controlled by just regular orcs. It would be really cool to have a bunch of, like, plague orcs to send in as, like, meat shields, and then your proper boys come in with, you know, two choppas.
It's like, these orcs are sick. Go first.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Reject X7. Does the Imperium of Man target kids with toy ads, such as Commissar Barbie or Astra Militarum Joe?
On some worlds, yeah. Most worlds, though, it's just like a kid is just another worker. So
yeah.
Next question comes again from T3 Mand 3A Labird. Since Orc currency is teeth, what teeth holds the most value? Which are the cheapest?
Isn't it like the biggest teeth?
Yeah, pretty standard. Bigger the better.
Do they count tusks as teeth or no?
No, they don't. They count orc teeth only. So there will never be like you're not gonna take Xeno teeth and use it as currency. Next question.
This one's by LP Bird. I feel like it's more towards you, but he's asking us as a whole. Why do you guys dislike the Drukhari so much, aka the Dark Eldar?
Oh, because I've never met anybody that plays them, and I've never met anybody that has, like, said anything about them, both in our group or just in general, like at the Warhammer store. Nobody plays them.
Yeah, I feel like they're one of those obscure races that's like, they're there, but like they don't really attract too many people. I don't hate them, I just rather play something else.
And their lore doesn't fit with 40K, or the theme of 40K is like grand, amazing armies. Like you're sending an entire army, like a bunch of units at your opponent, and the Dark Eldar are not that. Like, the lore of the Dark Eldar is that they're raiders. Yeah. So they have small groups, they hit, and then they run.
They're basically space pirates that love pain and slaves.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying GW should create a mercenary army, and you can have the Dark Eldar mixed in with Oracle, mixed in with Squats, mixed in with Beastmen, and then all of a sudden you have like a good, juicy, big mercenary army instead of just the Dark Eldar who are gonna hit you and then run. That's not to say that I don't like the Dark Eldar lore. The whole lore on Kamara, the fighting pits, that's amazing. That lore is awesome, especially now that we have like Kill Team and Necromunda, which are smaller skirmish games, but that's what it's about.
Yeah. What's the best thing you like about the Dark Eldar thing? Let's just not focus on the negative.
Some of their models are really badass. They include like Xeno models, so the abominations look badass. The what are they called? The sliths?
Oh, the snake people? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so their models are pretty cool.
Yeah, one thing I really enjoy about the whole Dark Eldar thing is the homunculus.
Yes, that looks badass.
Yeah, and like just how they like mix and match Xenos, or like they cut off people's arms and put like buzzsaws and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On Instagram, that stuff is like going wild right now. There are so many conversions and kit bashing, like little things that it just makes you want to play a small skirmish Inquisitor style game. But yeah. Next question comes from Beals6U6. You guys have some weird names. What is your favorite foods?
Bread in general.
Yeah.
That jewel bread.
Meyer bread is actually like...
I've had Meyer bread, but like it doesn't top jewel bread.
No, but you get like the regular French bread, right? Like the soggy one.
Was that sourdough?
No, the one that like is like $1.29 or something. Yeah. Because yes, that one tastes better than the one at Meyer. But if you get like the French baguette style one, the one at Jewel's way too hard. It hurts your teeth.
That's true. But sometimes like that makes the best sandwiches for me.
Yeah, hard bread. Sometimes, yeah. I agree. So what's your favorite like food?
I don't know. It's hard because it's like tacos are good, pizza's good, fried chicken.
Yeah, I like the blood of my enemies.
Oh.
Next question.
Okay. Belial Mir, can Dante kill Abaddon? I'm assuming you're talking about Dante from the Blood Angels, and I actually did a what did I call that? Grim Dark Battles. Jeez, I gotta bring that back. So basically, I pit two characters of the 40K universe. I talk about their stats, their armor, their war gear, their notable battles, and then I put them in a what-if scenario, fighting gladiatorial style, to see who would win. And that was my first ever Grimdark Battles, and I think it came out pretty cool, so I recommend you guys watch it. I'm not going to spoil who won, but those are two really good combatants.
So we've done it before. Link in the description. Next question comes from AMS. This is for you, and it fits the theme of this video. What do Tau eat?
Well, like there is a piece of art where Tau is just like there's a Tau laying against like a wall and he's eating something. It just looks like
MRIs.
Yeah, like MRIs, just some type of sustenance giving food.
It fits the theme of the greater good, right? Like, because when you think of something state owned, you think of them getting like it's the same type of gruel. Yeah. Next question.
Alone Penguin. Do your significant others or family members also play and or read the lore of Warhammer? I want to get my bro into it, but I don't know the best way to.
We talked about this before. I didn't mention this. There was, I think it was a cousin. He was asking me like what my hobbies are, and then I told him about 40K, and I started talking about the lore. And at first he didn't like understand it because I was talking about the tabletop game. And then I mentioned, I think, a Primarch, and then they were like, oh, I've actually read the Horus Heresy. So the Black Library, all those books are actually really good for people who like science fantasy. So I think that's the best way to kind of hook somebody. Yeah. Show them one of the Black Library books. But other than that, no, my friends and family do not play with me. I'm all alone.
Loser! Yeah. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. Usually when I tell people I play Warhammer 40K, they're like, what's that? And it's like, the easiest way that I can explain it to them is like, Lord of the Rings in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, okay, I get you.
Next question. Next question comes from the big one. I don't know what happened there. What do Space Marines eat? Do they like KFC, the fried chicken, as if there's anything else? Or do they not care about what they eat? They also eat MRIs.
I thought they don't need to eat, right?
They don't, no. I mean, they need sustenance. They don't need it as long. I think the longest a Space Marine has gone without... Oh no, that was sleep. Yeah, never mind. But in our daily life of a Space Marine, they do eat 3 times a day. And they just like battlefield like nourishments. Basically like protein bars.
Yeah.
And KFC's gross. You need to go to Popeyes.
Yeah. It's like my parents really like KFC. And it's like whenever I eat it, I'm just like, I wish this was Popeyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up eating KFC over Popeyes. And it's like, once you go Popeyes, you don't come back.
Their biscuits are really good. KFC biscuits are really good.
I never liked either of the biscuits from either place. It's like they're okay.
That's blasphemous.
It's like they're okay, but I don't love them. It's not like, oh, I can't wait to get me a biscuit.
That's blasphemous. Popeyes biscuits are amazing. They're both sweet and salty at the same time. The KFC biscuits are just straight, like, doughy, which I like.
That's true.
I like that sometimes. Next question.
This one is by PB Unit. If the Tyranids consume all biomass in the universe, what happens next? They'll probably move on to like the next galaxy or something. The next universe.
Yeah, that's the way that it's set up right now. My theory is that the old ones created the Tyranids and they're kind of trying to send them into the Milky Way galaxy to have a clean slate without psychically powerful creatures in the galaxy. Then the warp goes back into its like simple form, and then they can come back and build webways or restore the webways and take control of the galaxy once again. Yeah. Next question.
This one's by YouTube Voice. Aren't Space Marines sterile rather than asexual? I mean, why would they no longer have the parts?
Yes. Right?
I mean, they still have the parts, right? Or are they like cleanly, like they're like a Ken doll?
I feel like they're like a Ken doll. Because think about it, that's a very weak part in a man's body. Like when you think of like somebody getting into a fight, like getting into like a bar fight, what's the stereotypical thing that like a person's gonna do? They're gonna kick somebody else in the balls.
Yeah.
So a warrior, a Space Marine, shouldn't have that because number one, he doesn't need it, and number two, it's just a weakness. But it's pointless. But yeah.
Yeah, I think if they went through the whole Space Marine modifications where their muscles get bigger, that's a muscle. It's going to get bigger.
Yeah, and that just gets in the way.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're part of Slanesh.
Last question comes from 1975 Steelers fan. What do you think of the end of Hell's Reach? Damn.
I haven't seen it yet.
Neither have I.
I've seen the movie where it was like all the parts together, but I haven't seen like the final part yet. I don't think the movie had the final part.
No.
And if it did, I don't remember seeing the end.
Yep, same here. We won't let that be their last question because that's not really something that we answered. Next question comes from Rafael Ruiz. Which is worse, being tortured by Slanesh followers or being tortured by the Dark Eldar?
Dark Eldar, hands down.
They actually want to torture you and make you feel pain. Slanesh just wants you to become a Slaneshi person.
Emphasis on come.
Yeah. And those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. We enjoy your comments, so keep sending questions and snarky remarks our way.
As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.